Today I'll be showing you how I went from having no real place to record to building a YouTube studio setup like this. For the last 2 weeks there's been this idea on my mind that I just can't get rid of. What if I start doing YouTube? So I decided to give it a shot. But I had one big problem. I didn't really have anywhere to record my videos. Since I knew I was gonna make videos about like filmmaking, creativity, I knew that I needed a good setup and a nice aesthetic. Before I even started building my setup, I needed some kind of reference of how it's gonna look. So I started looking at other YouTubers and I collected some reference images. And what I did with these pictures, I just threw them all in Figma. Figma is essentially a UI, UX web design tool, but a lot of the times I just use it for anything. It's just a nice way to like throw things in. You don't have to worry about layers, like projects. It's just nice. Anyway, once I had a rough idea of what I wanted to do, it was time to get started. Now I'll be honest, I didn't really start from nothing here, since for the last 2 years I've been running a production company. I already had a space that I thought could work for my YouTube shenanigans. To be fair though, it's quite limited in space, so I wasn't sure it was gonna be enough. This is the space we're gonna be working with. I mean, we're not starting from nowhere, so this is the office space for my production company, Oake Digital. As you can see, it's a bit of a mess. We've been on vacation for a few weeks and just there's stuff everywhere. So I think the first thing we're gonna do is just, clean it up, get all the things out of the way, and then I'll start thinking about the composition, what things are gonna be in the backdrop, like what angle. I think I have some ideas already, so I'm just gonna, we need to get this place cleaned up first. All right. One thing that was kind of determining for what kind of YouTube space I wanted to create, what kind of videos am I going to make and what needs do I have. The way I've planned it is I'm gonna have one static camera where I'm like in the center, looking at the camera, talking to the camera, and I just want to have like a nice backdrop, kind of like a streamer backdrop, some nice lighting to create some interesting and good aesthetics. I think before we do anything else, time to start thinking about like the composition, because it doesn't matter if it looks good if it's not on cam or like in the shot. So the way I've been thinking, like in my head, I'm thinking the camera somewhere here, because I kind of want the shelves and stuff in the background, and then also this beautiful sign, the Oake logo. I'm trying to use what I have, like that's been kind of one of the goals for this video, is to like make something nice with what I already have. We got that lamp and we got this one. I think it's a good idea to like start setting up the camera. I'm going to be using my Sony A6400 with a Sigma 18-35 lens with a converter. So I'm just gonna put this here. Oh yeah, I'm trying to make it shorter.
Exciting content.
It's like there's no point in doing any other work without like seeing what the actual result is. Yeah, that's starting to look a bit more like it. Set myself down. This is how to do alone. So now I got my cameraman Jonathan acting as the subject here, which will be me. Yeah, I think we'll start like this and then we'll try to build up the scene from that. So yeah. This is gonna be optimized for YouTube only. It might look really weird except on this shot, like in that angle. I think we're gonna move the desk there. Whoa, that could have gone really bad. I'm just gonna move this here for now. No accidents today, okay. But we are going to set up a monitor for the camera so that I will be able to see myself, and that will make this process a lot easier as well. For that, I'll be using my Fieldworld 4K monitor. I might actually put my cage on my camera. It's just easier to add like monitor, maybe a battery. No, I'm not the techiest guy, but maybe I should be able to say everything techy about this. I've got some Sony NP batteries, which I'll be using this adapter for. You connect it to your camera, and instead of using the internal small Sony battery, it uses these much more powerful ones, and that will extend your battery lifetime like a lot. Let's get that set up. Once I got everything into place, I got my composition set up, it was time to move on to audio. One of the challenges I had with this video was that I didn't really want to spend money on new gear. I wanted to work with the things that I already had. Luckily, I'm a bit of a tech head. No, I'm not the techiest guy, but maybe I should be able to say. Through the years, I've kind of collected some tech in different genres, and like I've done music before, so I had a microphone, cables, all that. I have a lot of stuff already, but I wasn't quite sure it was gonna be just enough for the setup that I actually wanted to make. Alright, so before we move on to the lighting, we're gonna set up the audio. I have some pretty good gear, and what I'm thinking, I'm gonna use this Rode arm, PSA something, I think it's called. Focusrite, Scarlett, Solo. Very minimum, but that's perfect for what we need because we're just recording one mic. So we got an XLR cable and the key piece, the Shure SM7B. This is a really good mic for recording music, for podcasts, everything like that. Once I switched from like using a condensator mic to using this, everything just becomes so much easier because it's pointed. It doesn't pick up as much room. It's just perfect for this kind of usage. So what we have to decide is whether we want it to be like here, but I think this is gonna be the better alternative. So screw this on, just plug it in like this, and it's good to go. When you don't have a microphone on, it's gonna be like, it's not gonna stay down. But once you get some weight on it, that's no problem. I'm starting to get hungry. This is taking longer than expected, but you know, it is what it is. Let's see on cam how it will look. I mean, if I'm to sit like where I'm planning on sitting, it's all the way over here, so it might be a better idea to actually put it on the other side. I mean, we could have it like this, but it's just super inconvenient to have this here if I'm doing anything on the computer. So I think this could work, but I think we should try putting it on the other side. Now that we have that in place, we'll just set up the Focusrite sound card and we'll plug it in, and let's see how it goes. Alright, so we got the mic set up here on this arm, and we got the Focusrite Scarlett here, and I just made this quick little setup here in Premiere Pro, which allows me to record from this microphone, and that's kind of all I need for now. I might look into like creating a better setup for that in the future. As you can see here, we got audio coming in, and we got even roundabout rundgång feedback. No, Now that we have the audio set up, let's move on to lighting.
Oh jeez.
We are gonna be using this one in this direction for the key light, which will be placed there, landing on my right side, and then we'll be using another softbox in a standing format to add a backlight. So yeah, let's just set that up and we'll see how it looks. So let's boot it up. This is looking a lot cool, so I'm gonna adjust the temperature a little bit. No, that's the strength. Make it a bit more yellow, like so. Set that up over here somewhere. This other softbox. And I mean, these light kits are actually like super good beginner light kits that we got from Amazon. And the links to all the text and all the gear and cameras and lights and stuff like that will be in the description if you want to get it for yourself. And I don't remember the exact price of these, but it's actually like a pretty decent beginner kit. So if you're like looking to start filmmaking or like starting a YouTube channel, it's a really good kit to get started with. You can do a lot with them, you just have to get creative.
so crazy, man.
Alright, let's see. We're almost there. I feel like we got the key light, it's looking great. It was such a good decision to have this horizontal because it gives it a bit more spread. I think the last final step is to try to get this a bit more to that side so it becomes more of a backlight, because right now it's almost looking like the other light, but yeah, let's just try to get it a little bit further. All right, so I think we've reached a point where we're happy with the light setup. We've got this key light here, spreading light across my face, and here we had to make this superb setup here to get it out of frame, but basically this is our backlight. Magnificent. Now that we got the composition in place, we got the lights in place, we got the audio working, I guess it's just time to try it out. What's all this talk about ditching Premiere Pro for DaVinci Resolve? Today... Alright, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching me build my first ever YouTube setup. I'm super stoked to start recording videos here. It's all very new to me, but I'm super excited. All the products we used in this video will be linked below, so if you want to get started on a YouTube setup of your own, then you know what to do. And yeah, I hope you're excited to see what comes next. Perfect, thank you. See ya, bye. Hi.